Are you still there? I know you've been watching me. I've lived in this house for years. And every night, I was sure that something was moving in my room. Walking around. Getting close to me. Never touching me or saying anything. But I could feel it. Someone at school said that, I don't know, when you wake up in the middle of the night, it's because something is watching you. Some old instinct kicks in. Back from when we had to hunt and gather for food. When we didn't have houses to protect us. No idea if that's true, but if it is, that explains why I keep waking up. It's because of you. Really? You're gonna play this game now? You're not gonna say anything? Not gonna do anything? Not even going to show yourself? Are you really that much of a coward? I don't know what the hell you are. I don't know what it is that you're doing here. But you've had no trouble watching me while I slept. Even when I was a baby, when we first moved into this house, my parents were so excited because finally they had a kid. I remember how eager they were to put me in this room because finally they had a house with 2 bedrooms instead of just the one in their little apartment. They were so excited. And the first night that they left me sleeping alone, it was a year or 2 after I was born, I think. Before that, they never wanted to leave me out of their sight. They never wanted me to be alone. But they didn't know that I wasn't going to be alone. Because the first night that I was alone in this room, or at least I thought I was alone, you were there. You were watching me. I remember seeing something in the darkness, like a hand reaching toward the door. You closed it because my parents were watching some scary movie, I think. I remember hearing screaming and loud music. You closed the door so I could sleep. And then, a few years later, there was a thunderstorm. Bright lightning was flashing outside. I remember it so clearly because my mom always closes my curtains when there's word of a storm. She gets worried that it'll scare me. Says that I was always such a calm kid, even when I was a baby, so something's gotta scare me eventually. And she doesn't want it to be that. I wasn't scared, but when lightning struck, it lit up the sky so that it looked like it was daytime. Until you snapped the curtains shut. I saw your hand again. It was strange. It was entirely black, like a shadow. Like a living shadow. And your fingers. You know the way that tree branches look in the winter, when the wind is howling and making them scratch at your window? That's what your fingers looked like. All in all, I guess you looked like a shadow. A shadow of some tree outside, but you're just what kids are afraid of, aren't you? When they see shadows like that, you're what they think they see. I was never scared of those shadows. I'm not scared of you. But I do want to know why you're in my room, why you keep watching me sleep, and why it seems like you have some weird fascination with taking care of me. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that you're at least not interested in hurting me. Then we'd have a big problem. But it confuses me. You're some kind of a monster, there's no doubt about that. And I know that not all stories are entirely true, but I've never heard a single story about a monster who didn't want to hurt the kid that they stumbled upon, who didn't want to drag the kid back to their lair and devour it, or steal their soul, steal their teeth, steal something from them to make it so that they're barely a person anymore, so that their parents wonder what happened to their kid. I don't know what kind of monster you are, but I know that I've never heard of a monster looking after a child, taking care of them and watching them while they sleep. The only thing I've heard about that does that is a guardian angel or something. So what? Are you a guardian monster or something? Are you still not going to talk to me? Look, I've been nice to you. I have never said anything to hurt you. I've never tried to trap you, even though I knew that you were here. I never said a word to my parents. Surely you must have noticed that. I never told them that there's a monster in my closet, that there's something sneaking around my room. If I thought you were a person, I definitely would have said something, but you're not. You're something that they would never believe me about. Even so, I know you're there. I know you're watching me still. I can feel your eyes burning a hole in my skin like a magnifying glass held to the sun. I know you're there. So just show yourself. I don't know. I don't know what it is that I want from you. Show yourself. Do something. Tell me something. Just don't pretend that you're not there. I know you are, and I don't appreciate being treated like a kid who's just imagining something. I know I'm not. I know you're there. Show yourself. If you don't show yourself, then I will fling open my closet door, grab a flashlight, and come in there looking for you. You're never there during the day. Something has to happen. There must be some way for you to hide in there. Some way for you to, I don't know, leave. If you do actually leave the closet and my room. Whatever it is, it's in there. So if you don't come out, I'm coming in. You have until the count of 3. 1, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4. So that's you. Huh. When I picture monsters, I usually imagine them with crooked figures, mushrooms growing from them, cloaks of moss, and glowing green eyes. Like something that just walked out of a swamp. But you actually look almost human. What are you? You don't know? Well, that's no help, is it? I mean, I called you a monster because you're not a human, and you're not an animal. You're not a plant, yet you're alive. And you're something that has abilities that I can't explain, so that makes you a monster. But I don't think you're bad. Of course not. You're annoying when you wake me up, but you're nice. Why? Why are you nice? You what? You remember that there was once another version of you? What, like a friend or a sibling? Oh. Do you know what happened to them? I'm sorry. So I'm guessing then that you take care of me because I remind you of your sibling? Or if they were older than you want to be to me what they were for you? Okay. That's actually really nice. I won't lie. And if that's really why you're doing this, and as long as you continue to just try to look after me and you don't try to hurt me or my parents, then I won't say a word to anyone about this. I promise. There is just one thing, though. Please, learn to walk a little bit quieter. If you're going to be wandering around my room when I'm trying to sleep, at the very least, keep it down. Thank you.